Hello and welcome back to another pretty HD video. Today we have another game of the week. It is the big one. It is the Manchester derby between Manchester City and Manchester United. I can't wait for this one to be played out. And to celebrate, we have our game of the week as usual. So, hopefully this is pretty much uploaded on the Saturday. It should have been anyway. But either way, let's get into our usual game of the week goodness. Game of the week is a unique series to Pricey HD. If you don't know what it is, make sure you go and check out the game of the week playlist on my channel. It's basically a massive adventure of seasons upon seasons of FIFA simulations with commentary over it. Because I know I get a lot of new people coming along watching game of the week every time, so I have to explain this. If you aren't fussed about it, then it will be over in a second. But basically, it's sort of like, not a podcast, but just a sort of like football conversation. All of this good real-life football stuff, because I know you guys like that as well. And it's got all the match facts. I use the BBC Sport website. I simulate a game in the background. And it's just a great way to almost review and preview a real-life football game. I'll say my predictions as well. So, anyway, let's get into the overview. So head-to-head wise, Manchester City have won 5 of their last league meetings with Manchester United, including both games last season, when they scored 7 goals and conceded just 1. Victory would see City record 4 successive league wins against United, a feat they last achieved courtesy of a 4-1 win at Old Trafford back in December 1970, when Francis Lee scored a hat-trick. United have a better overall record, winning 59 encounters to City's 42 in the league. So, United have basically got a better history against Manchester City. But if you think about it, in the past 3 games against Manchester United, and in their 5 of their last 6 games in the league, Manchester City have come out on top. Last year, they won them both times. I believe it was 4-0 and 4-1. I might be wrong there, though. And this time, I mean, it's just not really working, is it? For Manchester United against Manchester City. David Moyes couldn't get a single point off them. And it'll be interesting to see whether Louis van Gaal lives up to the derby hype. But either way, singular stats about Manchester City now. Defeat would mean City suffer back-to-back Premier League defeats for the first time under Manuel Pellegrini. So that really would be disappointing. The last time they lost consecutive top-flight games was in October 2010, when they were beaten 3-0 by Arsenal and then 2-1 by Wolverhampton Wanderers, who of course went all the way down to League One and then is now recently back up in the Championship. In fact, as I'm recording this, it is the Saturday because Game of the Weeks have to be recorded on the same day due to the BBC Sport preview only opening on the day before the game. So I don't schedule these, I just upload them. They could end up being uploaded at 6 o'clock on the night, could be uploaded 12 o'clock in the morning, who knows. But Wolves just drew Birmingham City today in the derby, 0-0. Good result for Birmingham under new manager Gary Rowett. And, of course, Wolves actually technically, as I'm recording this, are top of the Championship. But that is, remember, the team below have a game in hand. City have kept just 2 Premier League clean sheets so far against Newcastle and Aston Villa, with the latter match their only shutout in 8 top-flight games since the opening weekend. Edin Dzeko and Sergio Aguero have both 4 goals in 5 league games against Manchester United, while Yaya Toure has scored 3 in his last 4 against the Red Devils. So very good records for strikers, midfielders all round against Manchester United for City. Right, singular stats about United now. The Red Devils have also recorded just 2 league clean sheets this season in league matches against Burnley and QPR. Their tally of 13 points is 1 fewer than at this stage last season, and that represents their poorest start to a top-flight campaign since 1990. So, Man United are doing worse under Van Gaal than they were doing under Moyes last year. But I bet you any money they won't sack Van Gaal. No, they won't sack Van Gaal because they got the man that they really wanted. They didn't want... I don't think Man United wanted Moyes. Ferguson wanted Moyes, not Man United. But I think they won't sack Van Gaal because he appears like a better manager. Moyes went right in at the deep end. Talked a lot of crap, let's be honest. And despite the fact that he was unlucky that he didn't get his 6-year plan that he was wanting, he didn't succeed immediately. Louis van Gaal, even though Van Gaal hasn't seemed like he succeeded immediately, he hasn't seemed worse than Moyes last year. He seems more comfortable in the role, which is a bit of a weird one. But they have conceded 6 league goals from set pieces this season. Before this weekend, only Crystal Palace 7 had a worse record. That's poor. Prior to the latest round of games, United were one of 4 Premier League teams without an away win, along with Burnley, Sunderland and QPR. Again, that is ridiculous. One of 4 Premier League teams without an away win. That is obviously before last week. So that includes Burnley, Sunderland and QPR. They're all relegation threatened teams. In fact, Sunderland, as it stands, 18th. QPR, as it stands, 19th. Burnley, as it stands, 20th. Of course, I am recording this whilst matches are live, so that is a very flexible table at the moment. But wowee, that is what you call bloody... That's just poor. But either way, I'll swear right now, if you don't want to hear the results, then make sure you turn off for about... just make sure you turn off. Yeah, actually, it wouldn't be such a good idea to listen to these. But I'm sure it's okay, because Newcastle got a massive win against Liverpool. And that leaves Liverpool only 6 points clear of the drop. Like, yeah, Liverpool are 6 points clear of the drop zone, but they are 7th, so you know. But wowie, that is what you call bloody... I don't even know what to say to that. But either way, in this FIFA simulation, although in real life, Man United might not gel as a team, in FIFA, that isn't really took into account whatsoever. When you've got players of this attacking force, they are going to smash the opposition. And they have got a 2-0 lead here, which is a bit unusual. 2 late goals put Man United 2-0 up. Obviously, all the team ethic and morale isn't included in FIFA, really. Not as such, not as much. But with that being said, I just want to say that Man United in real life, that's probably one of their problems. They've got really good individual players, and then a lot of it just can't really fit together or piece together. I mean, it takes time, and of course it was going to take time. Ferguson, in my opinion, didn't leave them in a great position in the first place. And I know this is the 3rd game of the week I've done with Man United already, which seems like I'm favouring them, but I think they've had some pretty massive games. I think it's proving that every game at the moment for United is massive, even against lower teams, because it's so important. I mean, they do grab one back there. Sergio Aguero, City grabbed one back through Sergio Aguero, so that is 2-1 now. Could they get back into this game? But if you understand where I'm coming from here, Ferguson just left them in a really, really bad position. And let's be honest, they haven't been able to pick themselves up since. Elsewhere, though, Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. In fact, everywhere's 0-0 at the moment, because the games are only 14 minutes in as I'm recording this. So, you know, you get some sort of idea of how quick this is uploaded and how quick it's all been put together. But Chelsea 0, QPR 0. The only game with a goal is Hull-Southampton. Southampton are 1-0 up there in Hull. But either way, this table at the moment is interesting. Newcastle have gone up to 10th and are only 1 point off their team on opposition that they played the other day, Liverpool. So if anyone's going to get sacked, it can't be Alan Pardew now. Alan Pardew's really picked himself up. And although I hate the guy, I honestly think he's a decent manager. And he's one of the managers who just is so inconsistent. But he will go with a good string of results, push the team high, his pressure will be totally off again, and he'll never be able to build up quite enough pressure to be sacked. That's what seemed to have happened multiple times. But what are my predictions for this game? Well, I think Man City will win it, despite the fact that they have gone on a bit of bad run of form. I think they're not going to have back-to-back league defeats, and although they're not quite as good at the moment, I've still got a feeling Man City will be able to grab the win at Well, I was going to say in Manchester, but of course both of them are in Manchester, in, let's say, the city centre, not in... So that is pretty much this episode of Game of the Week. Sorry today, I've got these ulcer things in my mouth. It's not very nice, and it's quite difficult to talk fluently. So if it's been quite stuttery, the commentary, then I do apologise. But either way, I do thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you smash the like button. If you want to see more Game of the Weeks, make sure you subscribe. Career Mode and Ultimate Team, all that good FIFA 15 stuff, content, all on my channel if you want to go and check it out. If you're new, like I said, subscribe, drop a like. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps my channel out. And I will see you next time.